You know, it's just you worry about it. I look at Mercy every day. Listen, when Mercy hits 3, if I make it to a week after her third party, I lasted my dad. I always think of that. You know, my mom used to always say, and people would pull me aside and go, you know what, man, I knew your fucking dad. And not for nothing, when he had you, everything changed. My mother's brother that lives in Glendale don't say a nice word among nobody, especially nobody in the family. He hated everybody in the fucking family, his brothers, his cousins, and he always said your dad was a good fucking guy. But after you had him, it was all over for him. I couldn't imagine being him. I couldn't imagine being him doing a bump of coke in the bathroom and coming out and having a heart attack.
Is that what
That's
happened?
how he died, and him feeling his heart and going down to one knee. And I don't have to tell you guys, when you feel your heart and you grab your heart and you go down to one knee, your life flashes before you. You start thinking about stupid shit. Is this the end? Should I make a call? And I couldn't imagine him on his back, lying there, with everything spinning, with him thinking about me.
Yeah.
Saying, God, please don't do this to me. Give me one more day to be with my kid. Give me one more fucking day to be with my child. Because that's what I'd be saying. You think when my mother was on that fucking floor in the kitchen when I was 16 and she was having a heart attack, she wasn't thinking to herself, God, please, just one more fucking hour. Let me go upstairs and at least fucking hug him one time, you know? I don't want my daughter to go through that. I don't want my daughter to have to... And that's why I do what I do. I've been sticking to that MyFitness fucking thing.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm always 200 fucking calories light until I get home at night. Then I eat like an apple and a banana and some yogurt, but I don't write that down because I've already ended the day.
Yeah.
But I've been staying in that realm. You know, this knee's killed me a little bit, but before I had the fucking thing, I was going to jiu-jitsu 3 times a fucking week. I started one time doing hip escapes. I was having a heart attack. So I believe in just doing a little bit every fucking day. You know?
Yeah, you can't overdo it. That's what I did when I lived hard the last 2 weeks on the road. The last 2 weeks on the road were rough for me because I was just been gone for so long. And then I went to I called you. I said I was going to Barry's boot camp, and I pushed it so fucking hard, and now I can't extend my arms, and my neck hurts, and I thought I was having a stroke this morning. And
You're
it's
over
like
40. You're 40.
Yeah, 41.
Listen, man, the game changes after 37.
Yeah.
And what you think you could do in your mind, you really can't fucking do. But once you're loose, nobody can tell you that. Once you're in 35, 40 minutes, nobody can tell you that.
Yeah.
You go, fuck it, I'll do it again. And then when you walk out of there,
I was lifting weights like a fucking... I just powering it. Just fucking looking at chicks next to me like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I looked good because it was dark in there. I had this shirt on that made me look tapered. And then I get out, and I woke up in bed last night, and I couldn't extend my arms. Like right now, that's as far as I can
Oh my God.
open them. And all I can remember is like going in the middle of the workout going, maybe I'm going a little too hard, but everyone else was killing it. I was like, I kept thinking, I'm Mickey Mantle. I can party, and I can bring it in, and I can fucking kill it the next day. And nope, I can't. I'm Lou Gehrig. I'm fucking, my arms are seized up.
You know, Rich Franklin was on the podcast a few weeks ago, and he's 30-something, and we discussed the ages. And that Saturday, Kung Lee fought at 42. And what's his name destroyed his face.
Bisping, yeah.
And like I told people, even your eyes, your reaction time slows down.
Yeah.
You think you could still do what you think. Why do you think these baseball players fucking disappear at 38, 39? It's over. Your fucking eyes, it's over. Your eyes a little bit, you start squinting a little bit, it's over.
If I
That's
fuck
what it
around on
is,
my
yeah.
cell phone too much, I start getting, I can't see, I get short-sighted.
Yeah.
Listen, man, all those motherfuckers. How old was Willie Mays when he got traded to the Mets? He was done. And he was 34. We've extended
Wait,
that.
Willie Mays was 34 when he got traded?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I'm saying that.
I always thought of
when
Willie
I was
Mays
growing
as like 50.
Yeah, when he was 50 at the end. When I was growing up, the prime of a fucking baseball player was 28 to 32. That's completely turned around. It's up to 37, 38 now, that they could still swing a bat and still be productive. Whether they could hit 60.
He was 41 when he went to the Mets.
40 fucking one.
That's my age.
And what did he do for 3 years in the Mets? Ugats.
Let's see.
It was horrendous. It was a nightmare.
It's got to suck to be a pro athlete and have your career over. Like I look at these. I've been watching the UFC highlights on Fox. They do like knockouts.
Yeah.
And you look at like someone who's
They're gone. Half those
it's
people
like,
are gone.
you're like just done, and you're done, but you're still young. Like I think about like I was like there's some guys that have flipped it right, and then taken their career in fighting and then started businesses like Tate Fletcher. Like he's doing the coffee. He's got he's, every time I see him on, I don't even know him, but every time I see him on Instagram, I'm like, God, it seems like he's doing it right. And then you see guys that you're just like, they're fucking not.
Yeah, it's scary with like Anderson Silva because he was doing fine, and then the last 2 years, just both fights he got hurt.
Yeah, but those guys, it doesn't matter. He's got millions put away. What Anderson Silva will do is people come to him and want to invest in schools. That's it. He sells a franchise for $200,000, like McDonald's. Anderson Silva's kickboxing school. You sign up, you send an instructor that you train, and Anderson makes 4 appearances a year.
But wouldn't it be kind of crazy, like, so yeah, he has the money, but let's say somebody came to you and basically said, you're too old for comedy, your brain's not working as fast, but we'll start selling Joey Diaz comedy books, but you can't do it anymore.
What if they said, what if they said, that's a good question. What if they said, how about this? You're getting too old to tour, the kids want a younger thing, we'd like to sell your act. We'd like to franchise your act to younger kids, and they can buy in on your act and they could do your act. Would you do that?
But it must be. I'm
Joan
a Red
Rivers
Sox.
was 81, so the question is hypothetical.
I know they can't do that with
George
comedy.
Burns was 150,
But
and
I'm a Red Sox fan, but I respect Derek Jeter. He never wants to quit, but he has to quit this year because he's too old. And
with comedy, you don't age yourself out. You get better.
Right. Well, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's completely. I mean, there's guys who age themselves out because their act is young, and their act just doesn't make sense when they talk about it anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, like there's guys who, I remember when I started, there were guys, and I called them like fun boy comics. They were like, they'd talk about like parties and chicks and this, and it's cool. It's cool. And I mean, but they do that, and I remember thinking, there's no texture, there's no like realness to their.
Who drinks tequila?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. But did you see David Wilson this year, the running back for the Giants, who had to retire right before preseason because he had like too many neck injuries? He was like 23. He's younger than me. Now he has to retire. It's one of the crazier parts about sports.
What do you do, man? Going into fucking sports, especially now. Let's take GSP. He was intelligent enough to say, that's it. I've got some money put away, and this is how I'm going to go out. Even though I lost a fight to John, whatever, who gives a fuck? I'm just saying here, this is how he went out. And there's other guys like Chuck Liddell that get knocked out 10 times and then realize it's time to fucking quit. You have that decision. They just gave Nogueira 2 more fights. Why? He wants to fight 2 more fights and he's done. Why? Why, guy? Your things are too slow. But you don't see that. And I understand your question, would you? Nobody wants to accept that they're done. Nobody. Not even fucking Mickey Rourke and the wrestler. That's what it was about. Nobody accepts that they're done. Very few go, you know what? I'm planning this. Honest to God, at 51, I didn't want to fucking be on the road. You just said the magic word, guy. You were gone a month. You have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
You were gone a month.
I leave next week for another month.
So you have to look at what you're getting in and what's the cost of you not seeing them.
Yeah.
There's an effect on this, and this is why I don't want the agents controlling what the fuck I do. I got to come home twice a week, dog. I got to come home 2 days a week. I have a wife and a kid. I don't give a fuck what your show entails or what the road or the Funny Bone in Chicago. That's got nothing to do with me. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I come home on Sunday. I don't know what you're talking about working Sunday nights. I got 2 fucking daughters. Yeah. That's where you decide. These are all the decisions you make as a fucking comic or as a whatever, professional athlete. How much more do I want to keep striking the fuck out? I lead the league in home runs. I'm Willie fucking Mays. I'm going to go to the Mets to play what? So somewhere along the line, you're doing that for what reason? What's the reason?
Ego.
Money.
Yeah.
Money. That's the only reason I work the way I work.
Money. You fucked up your money somewhere, and now at 50, you got to fucking catch up, i.e. myself. You think Bobby Slayton wants to be on the road?
No.
Bobby Slayton should have been done with his fucking first show and on to fucking syndication money and now doing 1 weekend a month in Vegas. That's the plan. That's the plan at 51, 55. Doesn't work out that way. Wendy Liebman was on America's Got Fucking Talent last week at 50 fucking something years old.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Rocky Laporte and Jimmy Schubert were on fucking America, but we only want young comics. All right, good. That's fucking great, but this is how it works out. Nobody wants to hear that they're too old to do something, but there's few people that are very smart that go, you know what? Look at me. I talk about dirty shit. Nobody wants to see an old guy talk about dirty shit on stage. They applaud it because it's Death Squad and it's cute and shit, but nobody wants to fucking see it, guy. I know this going in, though. I'm that smart that I know that fucking going in. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be on I'd rather drive to Gower and do 2 days on the show and go home. I don't want to be the star. I don't want it to be the Joey Diaz show. I don't want nothing. I don't want top billing. Just work. I wouldn't fucking do this. I don't want to do this in 2 years. I got a fucking kid. I want a kid. I don't even want that kid to say like the other one, you weren't around. You weren't around. And I understand. I was out there for you trying to make money. They don't understand that.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'd rather eat a TV dinner than you be gone 6 fucking months. That's their thing, you know. It's just really hard for fucking.
I wish I could explain to them.
Yeah.
Though. Like I had a
Want to
conversation.
put that air on? It's
Sure.
hot in there.
I wish I could explain to Georgia that if we didn't have money, we'd have stress in our relationship with me and Leanne. Like if I said I'm just like, I can't even imagine, because I'm still do the road. I still do the road. I mean, the problem is I'm doing this thing now called Call in Sick to Work shows, where I go in, fly in Thursday night, do radio from 8 to 10, drink on radio, then go right to the club, and everyone calls in sick to work, and then we do a show Friday at 11, and then I get on a plane and I go home for the weekend. And that's great, but the problem is now because I have so much more extra time, now TV just starts filling it up. And you know this. I don't think it's going to be around forever. I don't think TV is going to be around forever. I'm going to give it. I look at it and I go, I'd love to work at Travel Channel for another 20 years, but I don't know when they're going to be done with me. So I just like, hey, fuck it. I'm gonna work as hard as I can when they want me to work.
This is Gabriel's mentality.
Yeah.
Gabriel's out there, you know, the whole fucking, the whole kit and caboodle. He's out there. He'll tell you. You never fucking know.
And I like the stand up. I don't know when it's going to start to fall apart. Like right now, it's selling tickets, but not like I'm not selling tickets like Rogan. Like, you know, and then what do you do? What if you have that Jeff Dunham time where the clubs don't even want you, and then all of a sudden now you're Jeff. You know, I don't know, man. I get stressed about that all the time.
I get stressed. It's just amazing that they try to tell you what you can and you cannot do. And age is just a fucking number. But it's really a number in your head and how you feel. You know.
And it is crazy too, because my dad worked in nightclubs and on the radio, so he was home most of the day. But he was gone at nights, and then it is tough. Like I'll be like, oh, he's the dad who's not at the sporting events, and as a kid you feel bad.
I'm that dad. I just realized when you said that I'm that fucking dad.
You feel bad as a kid a little bit, but now looking back at it, like I see how hard I'm starting to work.
Yeah. You respect them at 30, but it's, I always thought that a man's job was to go out and work. That's how I was raised. That a woman stays fucking home and a guy goes out and works whatever the fuck they need.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck they need. 22 hours a fucking day, whatever, you know. But then again, it's just amazing that you can't. And I found out the hard way in my first marriage that you can't. That's the attitude I had. I just didn't want to be home. You ever fucking see people? Then I have a friend that for years, I go to their parties and the husband wasn't home. Kid's birthday party. Oh, he's coming. He's working on a TV show. And I remember leaving there one day and my wife going, something wasn't fucking right, man.
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. And I go, that motherfucker don't want to come home. I know men.
Yeah.
There's a point in their life, and sure enough, 3 months later, they were done. They were done. That's the chick that went down to Mexico to get the kidney from drinking too much.
Oh, Jesus.
Drinking too much. They couldn't give her a kidney here in the United States. She said, fuck, let's go to Mexico.
She got a kidney?
Yeah, she got a kidney. She's back in Ohio now. And every time she calls, she sounds drunk. But I could give a Frenchman's fuck, you know. If she's drinking on that, what can you do? You already got a new kidney. And it's Mexico. You call them on Friday, they'll have that kidney ready for you on Sunday.
I wonder how hard. I wonder if I could. That sounds like a good TV show.
Buying illegal.
Yeah, just all the illegal, illicit
Fingers,
shit you can get
kidneys,
anywhere.
Eyeballs and shit.
Like just
watch them like drag a chick in the back and stab her.
Yeah.
And give you like the ear and holding her ear and shit and then like sewing the ear onto you and stuff. It's just amazing. Like the other day, I don't have a calendar for 2015. So they keep calling me with these dates. And I'm in my car, you know, I'm like, yeah. And the other day I said, hey man, let me call him. I go, yo, give me the dates while I'm here. And he started giving me dates. I go, you gotta get rid of that. Well, they offered you this. I go, it's 3 weeks in a row, dog.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm 51. Yeah, but I'm telling you, you don't want me to cancel the week of, do you? No. Okay, then. Get rid of that. They had me from the first week of January to like the third week of March. And I was like, no, this is what I don't want to do. This is when they put you out, then they just burn you out, and then one day you have nothing. And
Oh,
we've all
shit.
seen it before.
Yeah.
That's what scares me. That's what scares me.
You hear those stories too. You hear
You
the stories.
see them.
Mitch
I
Hedberg.
see them.
Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg was doing great when he died.
Yeah.
He was doing great when he died. They put him out there without thinking. They didn't give a fuck. I'm sure that the people that were handling Mitch Hedberg today know that there's a skeleton in their closet. And any day they're going to get hit with a fucking rock to their car. He got out of a rehab on a Friday, and they already had him on a tour, didn't they?
Yeah.
Isn't that the story? They already had him on a fucking tour. They didn't give a fuck about his money or his well-being or his family or whatever. It was nothing. And, he was using within 2 weeks after that fucking tour.
Are there any agents who don't work on commission? Because when you think about it, like, let's say, I know you make more than this, but let's just say you made $1,000 a weekend. That means the agent only makes $100. So for him to make anything, he has to have 10 guys doing that.
Yeah.
So I understand why they put people out there. But could you call your agent and be like, listen, I'm going to give you 150 grand. This is what I want. And you're going to make this no matter what. But
I don't know how it
No. You
can't do that?
no. Well, you don't want that. You want your agent to. You want that incentive for your agent to make
you always
more
want
money.
incentive, though.
Because
Always.
if you say I'll give you $150,000, he'll be like, well then great, I got my money. Who else can I get? You want him to be like. I remember Matt Frost when I worked with Frosty, and I just had George, and I was broke. I was so broke, and I remember him saying very candidly, or maybe it was Barry Katz saying it. Someone said, "Listen, he only makes I was making $750 a weekend featuring." He's like, for him, the amount of time he spends to book you featuring, he's only getting like $75.
Yeah.
And he was like, he could do the exact same amount of work for Dane Cook and get $1,000.
And that's why features, those people that come to you, I need a booking agent. You ain't going to get a booking
Yeah.
agent. You're making $500 a week.
You're not going to get a booking agent when you're
$50.
making $1,200 a week.
That means 10 bookings. It's $500. You know how many fucking bookings? How long you got to be on the phone to get 10 bookings?
exactly, yeah, that's my point. So,
A
like,
lot.
I can understand why they put Mitch Hedberg out right out of rehab. They're like, fuck.
No.
He's going to make me money.
No, I don't get that point. Especially when we got 8 other killers in that lineup. You got 8 other killers on your tent. Mitch Hedberg could have gone home for a month and rested. He had enough money. He had some deal money.
Oh, no, I understand.
But no.
Yeah,
You
but-
don't understand. You don't understand. If you're my agent, you care about me. You just getting
But
out
do
of
they?
rehab.
But do they?
No,
Yeah.
they don't. And this is what I'm saying to you. I've told him 1,000 times. Ari's like fucking fanatic about it.
Yeah.
Ari will tell him 2 weeks a month. Anything after that, I'm not doing it.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I don't give a fuck. I got other shit going on. I'm a dad. I got a podcast.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
trying to get in shape. I don't have it. I couldn't do a productive job. It's the law of diminishing returns if I went out 3-4 weeks a month. I don't click without being home Monday through Wednesday. Just don't click for me. I don't give a fuck. Me and Lee were planning a podcast too, and I told him, it just doesn't click for me. It does. I can't focus.
How often do you guys do your podcast?
Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays. It just doesn't click for me. I can't, go out every fucking. I like flying early. I like doing my shit early. Those shows at night. That means I cut down on my sleep. That means I'm not healthy. When you're on the road, you're not fucking healthy.
Oh, dude, I'm not healthy at all.
You're
on the
eating
road.
shit unless you force yourself to eat oatmeal.
I start getting stomach pains.
Yeah, how you gonna eat oatmeal in a hotel when they got beautiful eggs? You wake up in the morning, you smell the
They got
bacon.
waffles. You can make waffles in the fucking.
But you gotta eat oatmeal because if not, you got 4 weeks on the road. After 4 weeks, you'll be 30 fucking pounds heavier. 30 fucking pounds heavier.
Like nothing, yeah.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
You won't even see it come up. And there's no scales on the road. No hotel's got a
No,
scale.
only Vegas has a scale. It's 22 pounds lighter. So you get on it, you're like, look at me, I lost weight on the road. This is bullshit. These pants, you stop putting my fucking pants in the dryer, you dumb bitch. I lost 22 fucking pounds. And all of a sudden you go down and start eating, and you go back to your fucking scale. Go to a fucking scale in your house, and then go to a scale in fucking Vegas. It's like the House of Horrors.
Oh, it's like go to
Oh,
the house.
you're like Slim Jim Magoo. You're like, where'd the fat go?